I've always been a huge saver, but in the past 2 years, my husband and I really started doubling down on our savings to really save for our first home that we were building. Hey beautiful people, it's Courtney, and today I wanted to share with you 10 things I stopped buying both to save money and to start living a more minimalistic lifestyle. Definitely still a work in progress. A big part of this for me, past the saving money portion, was to really reduce my impact on the environment and also just get rid of clutter and just stop buying unnecessary things. Number one, I want to get this one out of the way, and that is fast fashion. I really stopped doing this, and I really started focusing more on neutral colors. Like this shirt is probably as bright as it's going to get for me, but honestly just neutral colors that will match pretty much each other and match everything, and just our staple better quality pieces than say going to Forever 21. This is something I used to be really bad at. In high school, I remember I would place an order at Forever 21, and because they get new items so frequently, I was always on there every time I was bored. There were times where I placed an order, and before that order even arrived at my house, I had already ordered another package of clothes from Forever 21, and then I was waiting on 2 packages essentially. I've done quite a few closet declutters, and if you look at some of my very first beginning ones, it was an absolute chaos, and now it's much more manageable. And this is something I would even like to go further with and really just get a true capsule wardrobe. So for this, I googled the average cost a person spends a month on clothing, and that price was $161. I know I don't spend anywhere close to that even over the course of a year. There's some months where I really don't buy anything, and then I'll just probably buy a few nicer pieces in a year. So I'm gonna say on average I spend $60 a month on clothing, and that's just dispersing everything I buy in a year into a monthly amount. Number 2 is books. Now, I love books, but I do have a lot of things that I've been doing this year to save money on books. So over this past year, I've read almost 40 books, and most of these are either A, rented through my library, B, I have borrowed a lot actually from friends and family, and C, I also got the Kindle Unlimited membership. They were having like a free 3 months, so I just signed up recently for a free 3-month thing. Most of the time, there's not a specific book I want to read, so I'll just browse through Kindle Unlimited or Amazon Prime, and then when there is a specific book, I always check my library first. I read definitely more than 2 books a month, but I'm just going to average this as a $30 a month saving, because a typical book I think would average around $15. And yes, I do read more than 2 books. I'm trying to stay on the low side for these estimates, so I'm gonna say I'm saving $30 a month doing this. Number 3 is paper products. So I ditched paper plates, I got reusable napkins, and I switched out my cotton rounds in the bathroom for my makeup remover for actual reusable ones that I think work a lot better anyways. I even stopped buying toilet paper. It gets expensive. We do still use toilet paper, but for 50 bucks on Amazon, the bidet has saved so much, and my butt has never felt so clean. It might feel a little weird at first when you're used to using these things like paper plates. You might grab them for a quick snack, but it really is just so easy to just grab a normal plate. For these things, I'm not saving a ton every month, but it does make a big difference in waste in the environment. So I'm averaging 1 pack of paper plates a month, so that's a $4 savings. $2 a month for a pack of cotton rounds that I no longer have to buy. $7 a month for a pack of paper towels, which you could get away using either a lot less or no paper towels just by using cloth napkins or microfiber cloths to clean. And oh, the things I have to Google for you guys. Apparently bidets save about $50 a year in toilet paper per person. So there's 2 of us divided by 12 months. So that's about an $8 a month savings that we're getting from our bidet. Number 4 is beauty maintenance. And this was probably where I spent the most of my money that I could save a lot. So this is is haircuts, hair colors, getting my nails done, getting spray tans, getting false lash extensions. I've done it all, and in most months I could probably be doing any 2 of these services, give or take. My hair, I really just have gone to my natural color. I feel like I could use this as long as possible. I know once I start getting grays, I'm going to want to color my hair, whether it's at home or in a salon. But I used to be blonde, which was a lot of maintenance. I used to have a lot of balayage and highlights, and I was always changing my hair color, which, especially if I'm lighter, can save a lot of money. I used to get my nails done about every 3 weeks, and it would cost me $25 with a tip, which I don't think is a bad price for a gel manicure, but I know some places can get really expensive. And this is something that I was like, for $50, I went online, I bought a dip powder nail kit, and I just do my own nails whenever I want. And it was such a small learning curve, so easy to do. It's way more convenient because you could just do it in your own time, and it's a lot quicker. You don't have to wait for an appointment or wait to be seen or anything like that. Another thing my mom and I went half and half on was a spray tan booth. So I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, because my sister-in-law has one and gave me the idea to buy one for about $200 and some on Amazon. You could get a whole booth, a spray gun, tons of bottle of solution that lasts a really long time. Before, I used to have a monthly spray tan membership, and that could run about $50 a month. If you go in for a one-time spray tan, it could be anywhere from $20 to $50, just depending on the type and where you go. Now, luckily, I have my husband to spray tan me, and I'm not gonna lie, there is a bit of a learning curve. I did have some spray tan stripes on my legs for a while, but it's definitely something I've always loved, to have a little bit of color to me, and I'm not a huge fan of the lotions and the mousse and stuff like that. I just feel like a spray tan is the best application for that. And probably one of my largest expenses in this category was for the last year and a half or so, maybe a little longer, I've been getting lash extensions, and I get them every 3 weeks, and it usually costs me about $85 with a tip to get them filled. And my lash lady quit, and I loved the way she did my lashes. Like, I was sold on her technique. She did them very naturally, and I loved having them. It saved me time getting ready in the morning. So I kind of knew the process just from getting them done for so long. I've watched some YouTube videos. I tried them out myself on my sister just to practice, and then I kind of taught Andy how to do them. So he's been doing my lashes for me, and he is great at like fine detail, small things. So he's only done it about 4 times now, but again, I bought all the supplies off of Amazon for cheaper than 1 lash session. So I figured even if it didn't work that great, I wouldn't be out a ton of money. And it's not quite up to par with how she did them, but he's definitely getting there, and every single time it's better. So between the nails, the spray tan, the hair, and the lashes, I think it's about $170 a month savings, although some months would be higher, some may be a little lower. I just really try to average it all over the course of a year. Number 5 is cable. We ditched cable probably about 4 years ago, and I think it's the best decision we ever made. We still have Netflix, Hulu, I have Amazon Prime, so we do have those things. So it's not a total savings, but it does cut back on a large expense. And I really wanted to cut down on my TV time anyways, so I found this work really well. I hardly watch any TV at all anymore unless it's playing in the background while I'm working. And at night, my husband and I will watch a show, so we usually watch 1 episode a day, and that's pretty much it. The average cable cost is $110, and we still do have, like I mentioned, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, so that gives us a savings of $63. Number 6 is new tech gadgets, and this one is a little bit of a gray area for me because every few years I will get a new desktop computer or a new laptop depending on which one is older, but I use these as business write-offs because that's literally all I use them for. If I'm doing any like leisure, online, whatever, it's on my cell phone. Now this is something I've gotten super good at over the years. A lot of people like to update their cell phone every year or every 2 years. Some people see them as oh, it's only an extra $40 a month on your cell phone bill. However, over the course of 2 years, you're still spending at least $1,000 on usually most new phones these days. So I do still have an iPhone 10. I believe I've had this over 3 years now. Now, funny story, the only reason I would get a new phone is if something happened or it broke, and I actually lost my phone on a roller coaster at Dollywood. Long story short, I had to find my friends on. We tried to go find it myself. We got yelled at by the park security, and then they had me put a lost and found request in. I did not think they would ever find my phone. In the few minutes we were looking before we got yelled at, we did see so many broken phones and things that had just flown off the roller coaster. So I was not hopeful whatsoever, but about a month later, I got my phone back. I had a screen protector on it and it was super cracked, but the phone was fully functional. And there we go. My phone survived a roller coaster and I didn't get a new one. I'm hoping at least this phone could last me another year or two, but in the meantime, I'm not buying a new phone every single year. That's gonna cost about $1,000, which is an $80 a month savings. Number 7 is overbuying foods, and I feel like this could be a very expensive category because I feel like food is a major expense for most people, and this is a category I also think Andy and I do very well at saving. I can maybe make a whole separate video if you guys would like to see that on kind of how to budget for food, and I have a few things that I do to do that. So number 1, I meal plan and I stick to the list, and we go about every week and a half. So this means that by the end of that week and a half, my pantry is pretty empty. Like there's not a whole lot you could scrape together, and the refrigerator is definitely usually empty by the end. And this also just prevents a lot of food waste. For the past 2 years, we've also been shopping at Aldi's, which is my new favorite place because they even make Walmart look expensive and they're just so fast. I love the way you could get in, get out there. They don't use plastic bags, which is a huge thing for me. The average cost of a family of 2 for groceries for a month is $553, which sounds so crazy to me. We spend about $90 every 1.5 weeks, so that's a savings of about $328 a month. Number 8 is cleaning products. Now, of course, we still have cleaning products. We still need to clean, but I swapped out a lot of our stuff for more reusable, eco-friendly options. And the biggest thing is you don't need a cleaner for every different surface. You don't need one for your kitchen, for your bathroom, for your toilet, for your mirrors. There's some multi-purpose cleaners that will serve multiple uses, of course. And I heard about Blue Land back on Shark Tank, and that's what I've been using for about the past 2 years. And they have just 3 cleaners. A multi-purpose, a bathroom, and a glass and mirror cleaner. So you just buy the bottles one time and then you just refill the tablets. So you just have a little tablet that gets dissolved in the bottle, and these tablets are extremely affordable. I buy them in the bulk packs, so they're about $1.50 a tablet, which is significantly cheaper than pretty much every other cleaner on the market unless you're making your own. And speaking of making your own, I have also been making my own laundry detergent, and believe it or not, my husband actually noticed a huge difference with the actual homemade detergent. And it's not only so much more affordable, but you're also reducing a lot of plastic from those big bulky laundry detergent containers. So between all these products and the detergent, I would estimate I save about $10 a month doing this. Number 9 is vitamins. We've all been told you need to take your vitamins, but I've done so much research on vitamins, and it turns out they really don't get absorbed that well into your body anyway. And if you're eating a well-balanced diet, you really don't need them, and sometimes they could actually do more harm than good. So if this is something that you spend a lot of money on, because I know even just a generic multivitamin could be about $10 a month for a pack, I would highly recommend doing some more research and coming to your own conclusion. And between buying multivitamins for my husband and myself every month, that's a savings of $20 a month. Number 10 is makeup, and just like I was talking about with fashion, you guys, if you saw how much I spent on makeup probably about 5 or 6 years ago, it might make you sick to your stomach. I could spend easily a couple $100s on new products every single month at Sephora, at Ulta, and there was no way I was ever using all of the products up. No way. I used to have like an IKEA 6 or 8 drawer system that I would keep all my makeup in, plus a vanity with a huge drawer with all my makeup. Now I have a simple desk with a little acrylic organizer on top. I really don't find myself wearing as much makeup as I used to, and I also just stick to products that I know I love, and when I run out, I replace it, and it's so much cheaper. I don't try all these new products, but it's also not something that I'm really interested that much in anymore. I just want something that gets the job done, whereas before I used to be so interested in finding new products and trying out new things. I'm gonna go on the very conservative side for this. If we're talking about 5 years ago, I'd probably be saving about $200 a month in makeup, which sounds absolutely crazy. I'm gonna say now, at a normal level of makeup, I think I save about $30 a month. I think that's definitely fair and definitely way, way, way less than what I used to buy. And there we go. That is a total savings of about $852 a month, with the biggest savings definitely being in the food and then in, I guess, the personal appearance category. And in both of those categories, I think you could also save a tremendous amount of money if you just evaluate where you're at. Don't forget to smash that like button if you found a new way to save money in this video, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.